His Excellency, distinguished Senator Doyeduri, the performing executive governor of Bayelsa State. I'd like to recognize distinguished Senator Kombowe Friday Benson, the senator representing Bayelsa Central in the red chambers of the National Assembly. Let me also recognize Honorable Mitema Obodo, the member representing Ogbeya Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives. Let me also recognize Honorable Engineer Rodney Ebikemina Ambayawe, the member representing Southern Ijo Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Right Honorable Ibrahim Ngobere, the Speaker of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly. At this point, I'd like to recognize my Lord, the Chief Judge of Bayelsa State, the Honorable Justice Matilda Abrakasa Ayemiye. Permit me to recognize former Deputy Governors, Right Honorable Peremabowe Ebebi, and Rear Admiral Bolbioa John Jonah, retired Officer of the Order of the Naija. The Deputy Speaker and members of the State House of Assembly, permit me at this point to recognize the President of the Customary Court of Appeal by Bayelsa State, Honorable Justice Daniel Ayar. The Secretary to the Government of Bayelsa State, Professor Nimbofa Ayawe, Honorable Commissioners of the Bayelsa State Executive Council, here present. I'd like at this point, Your Excellency, to recognize the Chairman of the All Progressives Congress Caretaker Committee by Bayelsa State, His Highness Chief Dennis Otiotio Odoni, PhD, the Chairman of the PDP, the one we call Chairman Akburuku, Honorable Solomon Agwanana, who is also here with us, the Head of the Public Service, Dr. Ibiye Wisdom Sawyer, MNI, who is also here. The Deputy Chief of Staff, Government of Senagua, Honorable Pastor Dr. Peter Opeotubo Akpe, who is our Deputy Governor Designate, about to be sworn in. I'd like to recognize Honorable Rudamio Komenibo, the Deputy Chief of Staff, Government of Senagua, Comrade Gawan Torioye, Deputy Chief of Staff, Deputy Governor's Office. At this point, Your Excellency, let me also recognize the Chairman of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, I'd like to recognize His Royal Majesty, Retired Justice F.F. Tabai, the Peer of Tromo Kingdom, Retired Justice of the Supreme Court. Our fathers in the Lord, let me firstly recognize King David Zili Agri, who is also here with us. I'd also like to recognize the Continental Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Belamina Obonge, who is also here with us. At this point, I'd like to recognize special and technical advisors who are here, heads of commissions, parastatals, and agencies of government that are here in their numbers. I'd like to recognize the Honorable Commissioner Designate about to be sworn in, permanent secretaries also about to be sworn in, friends, family members, and well-wishers of those about to be sworn in that are here, other top government functionaries, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Just before that, I'd like to also recognize the presence of the Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Premium Trust Bank, Emmanuel Imefenen CON, who is here represented by the Chief Business Officer of the bank, Mr. Aniabiet Ofyong, and the Regional Head, Dr. Danjuma Omeje. The Chief Registrar, High Court of Bayelsa State, Aibatare Marin Johnson Esquire, other registrars who are also here with us, Gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, like we've been told time and again, hard work pays. To be sworn in today have achieved what they have achieved as a result of hard work. Today, we're here to swear in a new deputy governor, a commissioner, and 14 new permanent secretaries into 18 new permanent secretaries into the civil service of Bayelsa State. Your Excellency, without further ado, I'd like to, by your kind permission, humbly request that Deputy Governor designate about to be sworn in to rise as we take his brief citation. Of course, I'll be joined by Tarere Nelson Abali as we take the citation of Honorable Pastor Peter Perotubo Akbe.
Thank you, Abiyavi. Honorable Pastor Peter Perotubo Akbe, PhD, is a distinguished statesman, seasoned administrator, scholar, legislator, and clergyman whose life has been defined by service, leadership, and commitments to the advancement of society.
Born on the 10th March 1971, Dr. Akbe hails from Ebedebri town in Sabama local government area of Bayelsa State. He is widely respected for his rare blend of intellectual depth, administrative competence, legislative experience, and moral leadership.
Dr. Akbe is a highly accomplished academic with strong grounding in education, planning, and leadership. He holds
a PhD in Educational Management and Planning, University of Port Harcourt, 2012.
MED in Educational Management and Planning, Rivers State University of Science and Technology, 2001.
A BSc in Technical Education, Electrical and Electronics, Rivers State University of Science and Technology, 1991.
His scholarly works and publications in educational planning, leadership, and development have contributed meaningfully to academic and policy discourse.
Dr. Akbe began his career in public service in both Rivers and Bayelsa Civil Service, where he served meritoriously for over 2 decades, retiring with distinction as an assistant director.
He has held several strategic leadership positions, including
Head of Administration, Office of the Deputy Governor, 2006 to 2007.
Commissioner, Bayelsa State House of Assembly Service Commission, 2008 to 2011.
2-term member, Bayelsa State House of Assembly, 2011 to 2019.
Leader of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly.
Commissioner, Bayelsa State Executive Council, 2020.
Deputy Chief of Staff, Government House in Egoa, 2020 to 2023.
Acting Chief of Staff, Government House in Egoa, 2023 to 2024.
Chief of Staff, Government House in Egoa.
Through these roles, he has demonstrated exceptional leadership in governance, policy development, parliamentary administration, and public sector reform.
Dr. Akbe's political journey began at the grassroots level when he was elected councillor representing Ebedebri Bololu Award in 1996 to 1997, rising steadily through public trust and performance.
His tenure as leader of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly marked a period of legislative strength, fiscal discipline, and effective parliamentary leadership.
Shortly, he would be serving as Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, bringing decades of governance experience, administrative discipline, and people-centered leadership to the executive arm of government.
Dr. Akbe is a respected professional and fellow of several prestigious institutions.
Fellow Nigerian Institute of Management, FNIM.
Fellow Chartered Institute of Administrators, FCIA.
Fellow Institute of Management Consultants, FIMC.
Certified Management Consultant, CMC.
Associate Member, Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, CITN.
Member Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria.
He has also attended executive leadership and governance trainings at globally renowned institutions, including Georgetown University, USA, University of Cambridge, UK, University of Pretoria, South Africa, and Stellenbosch Business School.
A voted Christian leader and mentor. He has pastored for about 3 decades and has served in multiple leadership roles within the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, including
Province Evangelist, Bayelsa Province 1.
State Youth Pastor, Old River State.
Assistant Pastor in charge of Province, CSR, Bayelsa Province 1.
Pastor in charge of Province, PICP, Bayelsa Province 1.
Head of Training, Region 27. Prolific writer and public speaker, authoring several academic and leadership-focused publications. His works span education, governance, leadership, and societal development.
He is widely recognized as a teacher and mentor who has contributed to shaping leaders across public, academic, and the church.
He's married to Dr.
And a principled leader whose career reflects integrity, intellectual strength, and dedication to public service. His emergence as deputy governor symbolizes experience, stability of Bayelsa State and its people. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Dr. Peter Perotubakbe to be sworn in as the deputy governor of Bayelsa State.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, distinguished Senator Doye Jury, the Speaker, Bayelsa State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Abraham Ngobere, my Lord, the Honorable the Chief. My Lord, the Honorable, the Chief Judge of Bayelsa State, Honorable Justice Matilda Abrakasa Ayemeye, my Lord, Honorable Justice Daniel Aya, President of the Customary Court of Appeal, Bayelsa State, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I, with the kind permission of Your Excellency, stand on the already established protocol. With utmost respect, I invite my Lord, the Honorable, the Chief Judge of Bayelsa State, Honorable Justice Matilda Abrakasa Ayemeye, to proceed to administer the oath. My Lord, sir.
Your Excellency, let me start by apologizing. Been everybody waiting here for. I was dragged back to Yenagua this morning. In fact, I got into Port Harcourt Airport at about 7:45. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and delight for you today to officiate the swearing ceremony of the Deputy Governor designate for our dear state. The office of Deputy Governor of our state became the reason of the unfortunate demise of the erstwhile occupants on the 11th day of December 2025. The Executive Governor of the state nominated, and the Bayelsa State House of Assembly has confirmed Honorable Pastor Dr. Peter Perotubo as the Deputy Governor designate in accordance with the provisions of Section 1913 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. Sections of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended require that a deputy governor, and I quote, shall not begin to perform the functions of that office until he has declared his assets and liabilities as prescribed in this Constitution, and I have conferred with him, he has done so, and has subsequently taken and subscribed to the oath of allegiance and the oath of office prescribed in the 7th schedule to this Constitution, unquote. It is in compliance with that provision that we are gathered here to administer the prescribed oaths, which present a solemn commitment to uphold the principles of justice and equity, and a pledge to serve the people with integrity, dedication, and unwavering commitment for the common good. I'm very convinced that the Deputy Governor designate who is about taking this oath has all it takes and is fully prepared to embrace these responsibilities. Thus, as we proceed, I urge you, as Deputy Governor designate, to reaffirm your commitment to the Constitution of our great nation and to the people of Bayelsa State. Let the words you speak and all you do as Deputy Governor serve as a reflection of the trust that has been reposed in you and the duty you owe to every individual who calls this state home. At this point, may I, with your Excellency's kind permission, call on the Deputy Governor designate, Honorable Pastor Dr. Peter Perotubo Akpe, to kindly step forward for the administration of the oaths. Remove it.
I, Peter Perotubo Akpe, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. I, Peter Perotubo Akpe, do solemnly swear and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, I will discharge my duties to the faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law, and always in the interest of well-being and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and direct the state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will not allow my personal interest to influence my official conduct or official decisions, that I will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will abide by the Code of Conduct contained in the 5th schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to all manner of people, according to law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will, that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person any matter which shall be brought under my consideration or shall be known to me as Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as the Deputy Governor. So help me God.
Honorable Dr. Pastor Peter Perotubo Akpe has taken the oath of allegiance and oath of office. He will now countersign the oath document and, of course, the oath register under the watchful eyes of my Lord the Chief Judge of Bayelsa State, the Honorable Justice Matilda Abrakasa Ayemiaye, a man well grounded. He has served in different capacities at different times. He has worked in all the tiers of government at the state level, garnered so much experience over the years. A well-known sportsman as well, worked at some point in the Rivers State Sports Council, then later Bayelsa State Sports Council. I still recall with absolute nostalgia when he was a pioneer secretary of the Rivers State Karate Association, at which time I also served as a member of the association, and we worked together to develop karate in all Rivers State. Known for his ability to learn fast, and of course, always strive to give his best in whatever position or assignment he is given. So, in Bayelsa, we're all aware, Aaron signed all the documents relating to his office.
Highest priority. May your tenure be marked with progress, unity, and prosperity for all. May God lead you and give you all you need to move our state.
Congratulations. And of course, exchange of pleasantries with the Chief Judge, accompanied by his dear wife, who has been so supportive. In almost to have an official handshake with his boss, the governor, for the first time. Both on similar outfits to depict the joy and of course he goes round to exchange pleasantries. He will now relocate to his official sitting position in ESCO. Honorable Pastor Peter Perotubo Akpe, PhD. Congratulations. Years of hard work, years of commitment, years of experience and service, culminating in his elevation to the position of the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State. Shall we please once again put hands together for him? Accompanied by his dear wife, started it all at the local government legislative arm, where he served as a councillor, a man that has served his people to the best of his ability. And like the saying goes, that the world is like a mirror. When you smile at the mirror, it smiles back at you. And for all his hard work today, the world is smiling back at him as he is elevated to the position of a Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State. With the Deputy Governor now resuming his official seat in ESCO, I'd like to at this point most respectfully invite our leader, the one who has never proved us wrong of his ability to select wisely, like he has done again today. His Excellency, distinguished Senator Doyediri, Governor of Bayelsa State, to now give his Deputy Governor his charge. Let's please put hands together for His Excellency the Governor.
Thank you, Ebiavi. Your Excellency, our new brand sworn-in Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State. Honorable Pastor Peter Perotubo Akbe, PhD, and your dear wife, members of the National Assembly, the Senator representing Bayelsa Central Senatorial District, the member of the House of Representatives representing Ogbea Federal Constituency, and the member of the House of Representatives representing Southern Naija Federal Constituency. The Right Honorable Mr. Speaker, the ever-productive Speaker and speaking Speaker of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly. Senior colleagues, two former Deputy Governors that are also here with us today. We have the pleasure of Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Premobowe Ebebi, former Deputy Governor. Very soon you will be one-time Deputy Governor of our dear state. Let me also acknowledge the immediate past Deputy Governor of our dear state and the Chairman of the Bayelsa State Elders Council, Rear Admiral Borubia John Jonah, retired but not tired. My Lord, the Chief Judge, who we all know why she's out, and the President of the Customary Court of Appeal, principal officers and members of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, who are also here in their numbers, the Secretary to the Government of Bayelsa State, and members of the State Executive Council, the Caretaker Committee Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, who is also here with us. And let me also acknowledge his counterpart, the Chairman Kuruku of the People's Democratic Party, and all other chairmen of parties that are seated here. The head of service. Let me, at this juncture, also acknowledge one of our own, Ambassador Bolade Egali, Chairman of PANDEF, the President of the Jordan Chairman of the Bayelsa State Traditional Rulers Council, chairmen of boards, parastatals, and agencies, the chief registrar, the Apostle David Zili Agri, and other members of the clergy that are all present here, the managing director of Premium Trust Bank, who is ably represented, and other captains of industry that are here, top government functionaries, invited guests, members of the fourth estate of the realm, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Like the preachers will say, that good afternoon appears very sickly. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's more encouraging. Thank you. Distinguished guests and fellow citizens of our great state, as we are all aware, and I recall that on the 11th of December 2025, the Deputy Governor of our dear state, His Excellency Senator Lawrence Erujapo, PhD, was called to eternal glory. We have since discharged our duties, very solemn duties for that matter, of laying him to rest with full rights and befitting state honors. I extend my sincere gratitude to all stakeholders, the family, traditional rulers, security agencies, political leaders, and the good people of our state, and all of our friends and well-wishers for working together in fellowship and in unity of purpose during these very difficult times. As we all know, the office of the Deputy Governor is a constitutional imperative that cannot be left vacant. Consequently, prayerfully, I indulged the state to be all in prayers. And finally, I forwarded the name of our now new Deputy Governor to the Bayelsa State House of Assembly as required by Constitution. And as you can see today, our dressing is not by coincidence. I am sure that it is divinely instructive. As he was not aware that this was what I was going to come out with today. And so, after seeking the face of God and submitting his name, nominating him for this very huge, high assignment, the State House of Assembly, ably led by our very prolific Speaker, considered his nomination with what I will describe as the speed of light. And I owe this to my former colleague in the Osai from Delta State. And in the same day, he was cleared. And today, we are witnessing the formal inauguration and swearing in as constitutionally required by the Chief Judge of our dear state. And as the Chief Judge has already informed us, this is in accordance with the constitutional mandate, particularly in Section 19, subsection 3C of the 1999 Constitution as amended. And I quote, "The governor shall nominate and with the approval of the House of Assembly of the state, appoint a new deputy governor when that office becomes vacant. Section 19(3) subsection 1 provides that the governor of the state may, in his direction, assign state responsibilities to the deputy governor, including the administration of any department of government. And this is indeed the function of the deputy governor, as constitutionally enshrined. So in fulfilling this task, I sought a person that will ensure, one, continuity, competence, commitment, character, and above all, God-fearing, and of proven integrity to uphold the ethics of public service. And I found one in Dr. Peter Akpe. After due and diligent considerations, the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, like I said, graciously endorsed my nomination, and I want to thank the Speaker and members of the State Assembly for considering this appointment with the speed of light. Please be assured of my full support as you embark on this new journey with me. I am confident that you will be a dependable partner in fulfilling our covenant of assured prosperity to our people and in consolidating and expanding the programs and projects that are already underway. I call on all citizens, political actors, and stakeholders to accord our new deputy governor their fullest cooperation and support so that together we can sustain and deepen the progress that we have already made in our state. Let us remain united, focused, and prayerful as we continue to work of governance and service. In closing, I implore you, Your Excellency, Pastor Honorable Dr. Peter Perotubo Akpe, to remain mindful of the solemn oath of office that has just been administered to you. I enjoin you to discharge these duties with dedication and to champion the interests of all stakeholders and to regard every citizen as an integral component of the assured prosperity administration. May God bless you. May God bless our dear state, Bayelsa. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you all.
That was His Excellency giving his charge to the brand new Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State. Let's please put hands together for His Excellency. I'll once again yield the microphone to the Chief Registrar to the other persons to be sworn in.
Thank you. Your Excellencies, my lords, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this second segment is for the swearing in of 1 commissioner and 18 permanent secretaries that have been duly appointed by His Excellency, the executive governor of our dear state. In compliance with the provisions of Section 194 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, I hereby crave the indulgence of Your Excellency to, without much ado, now call on the 18 permanent secretaries and the commissioner designate to take their oath. We shall first take the 18 permanent secretaries in 2 batches of 9 as follows. Awana Raymond. Please, if you hear your name, come out. Egbesim Pere Amanda Esquire. Ogrigade Ilemokmo Esquire. Ketebu Josephine Thompson. Brutolu Obalakmo Samuel. Pomote Zacchaeus Anne. Dagogo Edmondson. Charles Inuma. Salbot Owil. Okay, so you put your hands on each other's shoulders. You take the oath of allegiance first. Thank you very much. So you take the oath of allegiance first. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go. Now you take the oath of office.
In the performance of my official duties. I will always place service to the public above selfish interest, realizing that the public office is a public trust. I will always perform my official duties diligently and efficiently and will not engage or be involved in any conflict, either directly or indirectly, with this pledge.
We'll start with the man that is holding the Bible. Give the Bible to the protocol, then you take your form to His Excellency. Immediately he finishes, the next person follows. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. After taking the oath of allegiance and the oath of office, the first of the new permanent secretaries proceeds to meet His Excellency with his oath form, which of course His Excellency will countersign and also sign the oath register to formally affirm his appointment as a permanent secretary in the Bayelsa State Civil Service. It's a dream come true for most of them as civil servants that have worked over the years. Nearly all civil servants at some point in their careers do dream of retiring as permanent secretaries. It's like the popular biblical injunction which goes thus, that many are called, but few are chosen. So they are the chosen few amongst the so many, and today they've been sworn in as permanent secretaries and taken their oath. Years of hard work has paid off, and today they have cause to celebrate a very, very historic day in their lives. Moments like this do not come all the time. Like I said earlier, so many dream, but never see their dreams come into fruition. And today we have reason to celebrate these ones who have attained the position or the status of permanent secretaries in the civil service of Bayelsa State. And of course, our one-man shake, that's Egbushin Square, Esquire, beg your pardon, a handshake with His Excellency the Governor, exchange of pleasantries, and of course, the Secretary to the government, the Chief Judge, the President of the Customary Court of Appeal, and the Honorable Commissioner for Health. Congratulations, Ogrigade. It's right in front of His Excellency, elegantly dressed. There are moments you decide to deliberately and if you don't dress elegantly on a very special and unique day like this, I wonder when you will do that. So as you can see, all the permanent secretaries, both the ones that have taken the oath and those who are waiting in the wings to have their turn, are all elegantly dressed to express how happy they are and how historic and important this day is to them and their families. Obrigado, congratulations. And on comes Josephine Ketebu Thompson. One who signifies hard work. She has worked hard over the years in the corridors of power, giving her best. And her best as today taking her to the apex, so to say, of her civil service career. As she's just been sworn in as a permanent secretary, as she watches, as she countersigns the oath form and the oath register to affirm her formal inauguration as a permanent secretary in the Bayelsa State Civil Service. Let's please put hands together for her. Well, I've also just been told that this could also be seen as our birthday gift, because next week, Tuesday, is our birthday. Congratulations. So double celebrations for Josephine Ketebu Thompson. And next, of course, is Brutolu, who is standing right in front of His Excellency, having taken the oath of allegiance and oath of office, as the governor countersigns the oath form and the oath register, which is an affirmation of his elevation to the position of a permanent secretary in the Bayelsa State Civil Service. Next is Bomote Zacchaeus Ann. No doubt this day will pass as one of the happiest days of her working career. Been sworn in as a permanent secretary, and it's a dream come true as she watches His Excellency with smiles as he countersigns the oath form, the oath register. A special day in the month of February in the year of our Lord G26. Bomote Zacchaeus Ann. Let's please put up for her. Give her a round of applause. Waiting in the wings is Dagogo Edmondson. Dagogo Edmondson. Comes before His Excellency as he watches his oath form being countersigned as a statement of affirmation that he is now a permanent secretary in the Bayelsa State Civil Service. Especially and elegantly dressed. Congratulations are the words that have just proceeded from the lips of His Excellency, and he takes a bow and moves. Next is Enuma Charles. Another gentleman for his hard work and commitment, duties, always strives to achievements given to him are carried out to the latter. A man of due diligence, and his years of diligence and hard work has today been rewarded as he is now a permanent secretary in the civil service of Bayelsa State. And of course, he bows to have a handshake with His Excellency the Governor and with a smile. Both ways, and a Salbot A. Owil. Salbot Owil takes his turn as he presents his oath from His Excellency, who is doing the needful, both original and duplicate forms, countersigned. Then, of course, he will go on to the oath register. To put in the signature of authority and affirmation that is now a permanent secretary in the Bayelsa State Civil Service. Congratulations. A warm handshake with His Excellency the Governor, Salbot Owil.
I will now proceed to call the next 9. Dr. Stowe Yerimbulemi Jones. Efeke Perei. Doyowe Edward Polotwa. Toloko Sylvester E. Ede Alakiri Goodluck Tarela. Toruten Ovienadu Esquire. Ogbara Famene Faith. Vincent Jonathan E. Engineer Cole Otoye James. Are we ready? Are we ready? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, go.
I, Toloko Sylvester
do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so help me God. I, do solemnly swear that in the service of Bayelsa State of Nigeria as permanent secretary, I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria at all times. I will not discriminate on the basis of religion, tribe, cult, or status, or practice any form of partiality in the performance of my official duties. I will always place service to the public above selfish interest, realizing that a public office is a public trust. I will always perform my official duties diligently and efficiently, and I will not engage or be involved in any conflict, either directly or indirectly, with this pledge. I will, in the performance of official duties, eschew and expose corruption, and will also not corrupt others or aid or abet corruption in any of these places, in and outside the public service. I will always follow the path of justice, honestly, and concord amongst all the people of Bayelsa State in all I do. So help me God.
So you proceed. Victor, please. Give the Bible to the protocol. Yes.
That's Dr. Stu Yunbulaimi Jones, a very hard-working medical personnel. I still recall the role he played during the COVID era, working tirelessly with the permanent secretary at that time in the ministry to ensure that Bayelsa was safe for its citizens, working day and night, traversing different medical facilities within the state to ensure that our people were safe during the COVID era. So not surprised that today is being rewarded. I haven't fulfilled all the parameters to be sworn in as a permanent secretary, and now standing right before His Excellency the Governor, as the Governor countersigns the oath form and the oath register, and of course, a warm handshake, a man of service. He is from a family where they are known for their service to humanity. Let's please put it together. Next to proceed is Pere Efeke. That's of course a son to one of the fathers of Old River State, Zumo Efeke. Then as a crocodile of River State. He's the third of three siblings who have served as permanent secretaries in the Bayelsa State Civil Service. He was a protocol officer in the first assembly in Bayelsa State, head of protocol in the first House of Assembly in Bayelsa State in 1999. And thereafter, he has served in several other departments and agencies of government. And today, he has risen to the position of a permanent secretary. Congratulations, Onyi Pereikra Efeke. Congratulations. Next, of course, is Doyowe Edward Plotua. an indigene of Lobia in southern Niger local government area, known for his hard work, meticulous disposition to assignments, commitment and desire to always ensure that assignments given to him are carried out to the latter. Recall that in its infancy, Doyowe Edward Plotua and as neighbors while they were growing up in one of the suburbs of Port Harcourt. Congratulations, Doyowe Edward Plotua, on your elevation to the position of a permanent secretary. Stepping forward is Toloko Sylvester E. As you can see, he's already facing the cameras and taking the shots even before the moment comes. That tells you how happy he is that this moment finally came in his life and in his time of service to the Bayelsa State government and to humanity. I haven't taken the oath of allegiance and oath of office. He now stands tall before His Excellency as he watches His Excellency sign the oath forms and the oath register to affirm his status as a brand new permanent secretary in the Bayelsa State Civil Service. Let's please put hands together for Toloko Sylvester E. Congratulations. Waiting in the wings to take his steps forward is Good Luck Ede Alakere Tarela, Director of Protocol. In fact, we know him by so many names because of his hard work. But I wouldn't want to divulge those names here. But know it that this gentleman is indeed hardworking and committed. Give him an assignment, he will commit all his time and efforts to ensure that that assignment is carried out. So like hard work pays, today he has been rewarded by His Excellency, having fulfilled all the set parameters and conditions to be so appointed as a permanent secretary. He has taken the oath of office, oath of allegiance, and now stands before His Excellency as the governor countersigns the oath forms and the oath register. And let me just let the cat out of the bag. I'm told for him it's double celebration because today happens to be his mother's birthday. So as he goes out to celebrate this moment, he will also be celebrating the birthday of his beloved mother. Congratulations. Good luck, Ede Alakere Tarela. Congrats. GOP. And just stepping forward as another administrative guru. An administrative guru who have served in several capacities. At some point, he was a local government secretary. He became also the registrar of the Bayelsa State International Institute for Tourism and Hospitality. He later became the director of admin, Bayelsa State Broadcasting Corporation. And of course, from there, moved into the mainstream civil service serving in various ministries as a very senior director, and went on to fulfill all the parameters and all the conditions set. And today, Ovianado Esquire, PhD, has been sworn as a permanent secretary in the Bayelsa State Civil Service. Shall we please put our hands together for him? Congratulations. Next is an ever-smiling gentleman. There's no time you see him that he doesn't smile. Sometimes you wonder if nothing makes him sad. He always smiles anytime you see him. Ogbara, Fangmene Fifth, always smiling, hardworking. Even when he's assigned a task that you think is so difficult that you expect that perhaps it will put up some form of frown, he rather smiles while he's doing the job. Even now he's smiling, and that's the way he smiles all the time. Works hard, result-oriented, productive. So today is a fulfillment of years of diligent service to humanity. Asogbara Fanmene Fifth has been sworn in as a permanent secretary, and of course the affirmation has been done, and a warm handshake with His Excellency, the Governor. Shall we please put hands together for him? Waiting in the wings to step towards His Excellency is Vincent Jonathan E. Vincent Jonathan E. These are the engine rooms of the civil service, known for his hard work and commitment. Always up to date with the rules. Do you understand the civil service the way lawyers perhaps will talk about the Constitution and the laws of our country? And of course, the way pastors will talk about the Bible, that's the kind of understanding he has about the civil service rules. He can interpret them whichever way to guide the system. And that he has done for so many years. And these efforts have today paid off. Next, Cole James. Cole James. Known for his hard work, his unassuming disposition, always ensuring that assignments are performed, always putting in that extra effort to ensure that the job is done to the satisfaction he is before His Excellency, and of course I will handshake. Congratulations to Engineer Cool Otoye James, as he is as a permanent secretary has been affirmed by His Excellency the Governor. Congratulations.
I shall now proceed to call the only commissioner designate, Joanna Gigi.
I, Gigi Joanna, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. I, Commissioner,
No, your name?
I, Gigi Joanna, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as Commissioner in the Bayelsa State, I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability, faithfully, and in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law, and always in the interests of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directives in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will not allow my personal interest to influence my official conduct or by official decisions, that I will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will abide by the Code of the Conduct and the 5th Schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will do right to all manners of people, accordance to law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will, that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person any matter which shall be brought under my consideration or shall become known to me as Commissioner in Bayelsa State, except as may be required for the duty discharge of my duties as in Bayelsa State. So help me God.
Congratulations, Lady Joanna Gigi, a grassroots mobilizer, a woman of the people, always working hard to presence felt, but ensuring that she makes meaningful contributions to political issues and silently she has operated over the period, and we're not surprised that today she's formally been sworn in as a commissioner in the Bayelsa State government. Good at interacting with people, always ensuring that the right messages are taken to the grassroots. Known for her hard work, a warm handshake with His Excellency. A warm handshake, and of course, the photographs. She bows low, and a warm handshake with the Deputy Governor, and of course, Senator Komboe Benson, Michema Bodo, Ebikebi Nambawe, Honorable Ibrahim Ngobere, Pramboy Baby, Borbia John Jonah, Michael Ogbere. She's so elated, expectedly so. Congratulations. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, having administered the oath to the 18 permanent secretaries and the new commissioner, it is my pleasure at this point to now request His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, distinguished Senator Doyediri, to now give the newly sworn-in commissioner and the permanent secretaries their charge. Let's please once again put hands together for His Excellency, the Governor.
Still continuing with the already established protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, our very freshly minted commissioner and 18 permanent secretaries. The civil service throughout the world has long been the bedrock, and indeed some describe it as the engine room of sound governance and progress. I am pleased to affirm that we place the same confidence in our own civil service here in Bayelsa State. I deem it a fortunate coincidence that we are swearing in a commissioner alongside the permanent secretaries. Permit me to underscore that commissioners serve as my representatives at the ministry level, and as such, their leadership should not be questioned, provided they act within the legal mandate. We gather together to witness a pivotal moment in our state's journey as our new commissioner and 18 permanent secretaries pledge their allegiance and fidelity to Bayelsa State, our constitution, and indeed the people of Bayelsa State. To rise to the pinnacle of one's chosen field of endeavor is no mean feat. It is therefore with a sense of responsibility that I welcome you to your new roles as Commissioner and permanent secretaries. Your appointments follow very rigorous assessments, as you yourselves can attest. And this is a practical demonstration of your own competence. It's exemplified in your professionalism, dedication, and ability. And I'd like to state here that there was no political interference in the exercise of choosing our new permanent secretaries. With that achievement, however, comes very profound responsibilities. I charge you to discharge your duties with the utmost integrity, transparency, mindful always that good governance at this level translates directly into the prosperity of our dear state, Bayelsa. Steward public resources prudently, uphold the rule of law at all times, and ensure that every decision you take advances public interest and not your personal interests. Excellence demands that ambition and continual improvement prioritize efficient service delivery, embrace innovation, and cultivate performance-driven culture within your ministries. Set clear targets, measure outcomes, and be prepared to be held accountable for results. And as you know, you are the accounting officers. Mentor and develop your teams so that capacity is strengthened across the civil service. And let me use this opportunity to also appreciate and acknowledge the chairman of the Civil Service Commission and the head of service for what happened last week. And some civil servants were locked out for coming late. And that's what I want to see continually. The oath of allegiance and fidelity you have just taken is not a mere ceremony, and I need to tell you this. It carries a very substantial legal and social obligations, and indeed even spiritual obligations. Honor that pledge in words and in your actions. Let your actions reflect high your actions. Let your actions reflect high so public but the states of your actions. Let your actions reflect high so public but the states.
Council will also please proceed out for the group photographs before we come back. Thank you.
This is the Globe in View News Bulletin coming to you live from Naija Live TV. My name is Henry Ahamwifla. First to the headlines. U.S. lawmakers submit report on alleged Christian persecution in Nigeria. Presidency defends Tinubu's executive order on oil revenue. Australia seeks support to remove Prince Andrew from line of succession. And NJC launches investigation into alleged judicial corruption. We'll bring you details of this in a moment. The United States Committee on Appropriations and the United States House Committee on Foreign Affairs have formally submitted a report to the White House outlining findings and recommendations on the alleged persecution of Christians in Nigeria. The development follows the decision of U.S. President Donald Trump to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern and mandate the United States Representative Riley Moore and Appropriations Committee Chairman Tom Cole to lead a comprehensive investigation into the reported persecution of Christian communities and broader security challenges in Nigeria. According to lawmakers, the report finds is based on expert interviews, a public hearing, and roundtable discussions, as well as 2 assessments conducted through bipartisan congressional delegations to Nigeria in collaboration with the administration. Mr. Moore said that the investigative team now has a clearer understanding of the threats facing Nigeria and the concerns regarding the treatment of Christian communities. In another news, the presidency has defended the executive order issued by President Bola Tinubu, which halted revenue deductions by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and other agencies. It maintained that the Petroleum Industry Act cannot override the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution, stressing the principle of constitutional supremacy over ordinary legislation. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, said criticisms of the directive by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria reflected a misunderstanding of the hierarchy of laws under Nigeria's constitutional framework. Now, the National Judicial Council has reportedly commenced discreet investigation into allegations of corruption involving some senior judicial officers, including heads of courts. The council, which is constitutionally responsible for the appointment, promotion and discipline of judicial officers in Nigeria, reportedly initiated the probe following a series of petitions alleging serious misconduct against unnamed judges. The 24-member body is chaired by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kudirat Kekereekun, and derives its authority from paragraph 20 of Part 1 to the third schedule to the 1999 Constitution as amended. Away from that, the International Criminal Court is holding a hearing to determine whether former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte should stand trial for alleged crimes against humanity linked to his anti-drug campaign. The campaign, launched during his tenure as mayor and later intensified throughout his 6-year presidency, reportedly led to the extrajudicial killings of thousands of suspected drug offenders, according to human rights groups. ICC prosecutors allege Duterte was involved in at least 76 killings and have filed 3 counts of crimes against humanity against him. The former president, now 80, faced widespread international criticism over the campaign, but consistently defended his actions during his time in office. The Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has announced that his government is writing Commonwealth nations to express support for the removal of Prince Andrew, Duke of York, born Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, from the line of royal succession over his links to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Albanese noted that consultations were underway with member states of the Commonwealth of Nations. Meanwhile, neighboring New Zealand indicated it would support the United Kingdom should a formal proposal be put forward to remove the Duke of York from the line of succession. Well, those are our main stories. Stay with us for more updates on these and other developments. I am Henry Ahamwifla. Good day.
of the problems we have in Nigeria is that it's difficult to have solid metals for creative engineering. So what you basically have in this country are tubes for building of houses and erection of structures and all that. But when you come to real metals that you can carve to engine block, metal that you can carve to a shaft or gear, there is nowhere to get in this country. So a country that does not have a shop for metals to cut can never develop. If we had shops where you can go and buy all kinds of grades of metals, it would be easier for the young to get the metals and come to a place like us, and then we will carve it for them, cut, bend, and then do all that. This country will develop. But we don't have. We have to look at China or any of those countries to bring those things to us. So that is the story of Nigeria.
A technology and heavy-duty industry. Original spares for automotive, locomotive, aviation, marine and agriculture. Research and development for automotive engines and electric cars. Heavy-duty off-road equipment. Reverse engineering. Technological development. Academy for innovators and impressionable minds. Z10 for high-tech precision engineering. A technology and heavy-duty industry. Original spares for automotive, locomotive, aviation, marine and agriculture. Research and development for automotive engines and electric cars. Heavy-duty off-road equipment. Reverse engineering. Technological development. Academy for innovators and impressionable minds.
You know I'm your host, the Ayo of Yentown, and today I'm not here alone. I'm here with somebody I would like to describe as my Achalugo.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful person, melanin popping.
Oh, wow.
So many good things you find in a woman you see in her.
Okay.
So I would like to introduce to you Gracious Fenana.
All right, Gracious Fenana. Thank you, Ayo. Well, today on the program, we're actually taking a look at parenting styles and effects on children. And my legs are even shaking right now. I actually didn't want to do this because, yes, our guest is my boss. I mean, I'm like one of our first mentees when it comes to emceeing. But hey, she would say, Gracious, you are not serious. That's what she always say. But yes, it's an honor to actually have her here in the studio. Now, this is a renowned broadcast journalist and MC. She's the owner of the mic. We are trying to beg her, ma, please, can you give us more? That's what we've been doing. I beg, just give us more to hold. That's what we are doing. And it's an honor to really have her here at Naija Live TV. Her name, she's going to do the other introduction because she used to say that her name is very long. Her name is Taribio Wolson Owefawari. Good afternoon. Thank you.
My name is Taribio Sita Tomoa Dasegbebo Ere Wolson Nelson Nakuboye Jungle Wefawari. Jesus. That's the longest version.
I mean, a computer cannot hold it.
that's why I tell people to just call me
Tari. How can you describe what a parenting style is?
Parenting style is the method you use in raising children.
Okay.
You can say it's a disciplinary method of raising children. But these days, you have soft parenting.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So we have parents who believe in the punishment part, discipline, that's physically disciplining a child.
Yeah.
Then we have those who believe in soft parenting. Then we have those who are trying to strike a balance between both. So those are the types of parenting.
Kids.
I'm one of those that are trying to strike a balance.
Okay.
I was raised with the disciplined way of raising a child, which means including corporal punishment, flogging, or should I say caning. And with my children, I try to strike a balance. It doesn't mean I don't whip out my cane once in a while, but it's rare. Reason being, I try to reason with them. I try to put myself in their shoes when I'm raising them. I know the kind of things that made me rebel as a child. So I try to prevent same, knowing full well that these are my children.
Yeah.
So if I know this is what used to trigger my rebellion, I try to avoid that with my children. That way, I can say that I raised my children better, in the sense that there were so many things I did as a child that my children are not doing right now, because I decided to strike a balance.
Okay.
But in today's world, I mean, we are trying to, a lot of persons will say that, oh, back in the day, our parents will always say, back in our time, it was not like this, it wasn't like that. So I need you to help us to actually unpack if the parenting style of this day, if it was, how would you rate it in terms of in trying to
Compared to the
compare
time of
to back
the
in the day and now?
I'm going to say these days, we have some parents who are afraid to discipline their children when it calls for it. Now, I'm not saying maltreating a child, there's a difference.
Yeah.
But there are ways you should checkmate your child. I move around town and I go to a sitting place and I see teenagers unchaperoned, unsupervised. I don't know how it applies in the rest of the world, but here in Nigeria, it is not normal for young teenagers. I'm not talking of those who are getting to 19, 18. I'm talking of those who are younger, 13, 14, to see them in a fast food joint or different hangouts, unchaperoned, unsupervised. There's no adult supervision around them, which means you don't know what these children do. And I tend to wonder who is responsible for these children. Because if you lay down the law, if you raise your children in a certain way, they will follow that way. I'm not saying some children don't rebel, but I can tell you for a fact that most of the times you have children rebelling is when you use too much harsh punishment. So children tend to rebel if the punishment is too harsh, because they chalk it down to no be beating. They will beat me now, then they do what they want. Or when a child has decided there's something else wrong with the child apart from the physical one. If not, normally, if you teach your children by example, you know, when we were growing up, when they were using the disciplinary method of raising children, it was do what I say. Now, if you want to effectively parent, it has to be do what I do. That's the best way to get children to behave. Do what I do. I'll be in the vehicle and my children will pick up some words, harsh words, curse words, and they say it and I ask them, why are you using that word? They'll say, can't you see the person? I said, but you have seen me several situations where people, what they did, I should have exploded, used wrong words. Or have you ever heard me cursing? When you're with me in the vehicle? They say no. So it is easier to correct a child when you can use an example that you live by. It's just like a parent who drinks excessively, telling his children not to drink. You are saying they should not drink, but you drink. You are saying they should not smoke, but you smoke. Now, the danger in doing something and telling your children something else is they will not only do what you do, they will do far more than what you do. Because
Children are sponges. As they absorb, they get to a point where they are more curious and they do more. That's why you see, unfortunately, we still have children whose parents were smokers and they don't smoke, but then the percentage are far and few in between. Majority will pick up the habit from their parents and they will upscale that habit. Where the parents stopped with cigarettes, they will go to Igbo or weed or marijuana.
Yeah.
And then they increase from there. And you know, addiction has a way of running away from you. When you master a particular stage, the brain tells you that this is no longer working. You need a higher level to get the feeling you used to get when you started this other one. So I always tell people this era of parenting is do what I do.
Okay.
It is the most effective.
Okay. So the then days parenting to now, like you said, the then days parenting is do what
I say.
And now is do what I do. But when you come to these present days now, you see that there are more of immoralities from the teenagers. Is it that the do what I do is not really okay with that? Is the parenting style is not really okay?
Now, if I'm a morally loose woman, I have no moral justification to tell my children to be chaste.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Children do what they see, what they are exposed to.
Okay.
In raising my kids, I tell people I live my life to emulate what I teach my children. I raised my children telling them that it is fitting to preserve yourself. It doesn't matter the sex.
Okay.
I do not believe in raising a girl to be morally chaste while you have your son sowing his wild oats.
Yeah.
Whose daughter do you expect him to experiment with? So whatever is good for the goose is good for the gander. So when I'm raising my children, I tell both sexes that you both need to preserve yourself. Sexual immorality is not gender specific. That is why we see girls who go haywire and we see boys who do same. So for a parent, for you to tell your child to be chaste, you have to be seen living the same lifestyle. And let me tell you, children know you can't hide things from them, especially mothers.
Yeah.
They have access to our phones. Let me shock you. Recently, I checked a laptop that I was no longer using. I'd given it to my third child, who is my second son,
Okay.
just to discover that my Facebook was open on that laptop. And he had access to all my DMs.
Whoa.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just discovered that like 3 days ago. I had to now sign out. And this laptop, mind you, has been with this boy since, when did I get that laptop? It's been over a year.
Oh my God.
So he has been
Seen your
reading
chats.
my DMs without my knowing. Now you can imagine some kind of things that he will be exposed to if I was a mother
Yeah.
who was living dual lives.
Yeah,
If I was
yes,
telling them do this and I was doing something else.
Something else.
Now, my son was telling me, I can see the men that are chasing you on Facebook. And when he said it was, I said, how do you know that? He said, I'm seeing your message, I'm reading it. And I see your reply, that you're replying. Now, if not that I had been living the same life I have been telling them, I will have an issue. Because they'll say, but you're not
You're living
doing
a double
what...
standard.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
double standard. I had to log him out because when he's 15, it's going on 16 by April. He has no business reading my messages,
Yeah.
which I cautioned him on, that it was an invasion of my privacy. And guess what he told me? That you finally understand how we feel when you keep snooping into our phones. So now you understand how we feel, that you are also invading our privacy. Then I told him, I'm not invading your privacy. I'm your parent. It is my job to snoop. It is my job to ensure that you are exposed to the right content. When you are out of my house and you're an adult, you can afford to do what you want to do. But as a parent, as a hands-on parent, you cannot afford to not know what is going on in the lives of your children.
Yeah.
like he mentioned, these days you see kids that ordinarily you be asking yourself, I mean, who is bringing this one up? So what do you think? What should be the best way, I mean, for parents to have relationship with their kids, or a parent to have relationship with their kids, or words? What should be the best way?
The best time to have a relationship with your child is as soon as they are born.
Okay.
I was able to get to the point with my children where they tell me practically anything,
Okay, yeah.
especially my
Fantastic.
daughter,
Yeah.
including things I'm not comfortable hearing. You know, as a parent, their thoughts
Yeah.
that you don't want to hear,
From
they
your
tell,
kids.
they tell me their thoughts, including the thoughts they have. And I had to master the art of listening to their thoughts and not being judgmental. And instead, most times, if the thoughts they give me is something I'm grappling with, I give myself time. I sleep over it, and then I come back and I talk to them about this mindset and this perception. Most people will be shocked what I know about my children, including those who maybe have said things to them that I laugh with and I smile with. They don't know because I respect my children to an extent. Now, if my child tells me, right from when my daughter was in secondary school, she's in the university now.
Yeah.
If they tell me something that involves another person, I ask them, how do you want to handle it? They tell me, and I ask, do you want me to handle this? In some occasions, they'll say, no, I can handle it. I say, okay, go and handle it. And give me feedback. If it moves beyond this, I'll come. The reason why I do that is because if a child tells you something and you immediately jump off, confrontational, there's a way the child feels and the child won't tell you again. You have to be diplomatic when you handle things, especially when you think someone is offending your child. You have to be diplomatic. You watch how, you tell them how to handle it. Watch how they handle it. And then if it gets to a point where you need to intervene, you intervene. Now, what that does is it gives the child confidence. They are not always running to mommy for situations that they should handle themselves. It's the same thing with the relationship we have with God. Now, some people are using that same method with God. You have an issue, you immediately run to God to handle it. And God is looking at you and saying, but you can do this. You have to be able to differentiate with, okay, this I can handle, but this only God can handle. That is why God will not answer your prayer when it is something he has given you the capacity to answer. The same way, what I know my children can handle and they are running to me to handle, I'm not going to do that. I will just give you pointers and tell you, go back and handle it. That's the way to build confidence in children.
Best pattern, the best method to, bring up your kids. I mean, to have relationship with your kids is to be their friend, is to be a friend to...
Now, you see that be a friend? You cannot be a total friend to your child. Reason being, you stop being an authority figure if you are too friendly. They say familiarity breeds contempt. Even while you are friendly with your children, you have to maintain some sort of authority. Like yesterday, I asked my daughter, who will be 18 in March, to do something. And she grumbled, as usual with teenagers. So I told her, you can exercise your will. Even God gives us the free will to exercise our will. But remember that while you are under my roof and being fed by me, your will does not prevail. It is my will that prevails. When you leave my house, you can be bigger than me. But under my roof, I will laugh with you and play with you, but my will prevails. So I have a son who will be almost 20 years old. He's in the university. He cannot leave my house without permission. Yes. And if he has to go out to visit, he cannot stay out later than 6 p.m. That's my rule. My house, my rules. In my house, you can't, the moment you stay beyond 6 p.m., know that you have forfeited your right to move out. I'm the one paying the bills.
Are they comfortable with these policies?
Yeah, they are. I made the
But-
home comfortable
But
for
you don't
them.
mind
them.
if he's in school, you don't mind if he stay out like till 12 till 1.
I'm not omniscient.
Okay.
So
I
you
don't
won't-
know
you
what
won't
goes
even-
on in school.
Okay.
Let me tell you the thing about raising children a certain way. No matter how they fall, they can't fall too far. I have seen children who, by virtue of association, got into even drug abuse and different things. But you can still tell the distinction from a child who comes from a good home and one who was left to his own devices. No matter how they fall, they cannot fall to the extent where they are hopeless. That is why, as a parent, you have to do your part. If the children grow up and they decide to deviate, your conscience will bear you witness that you have done something. Part of what helped me as a child was because I was raised in Assemblies of God. My mother, till she passed on, was a deaconess in Assemblies of God. Now, no matter how rebellious I became and no matter the youthful exuberance that entered my head, I never did certain things. Why? Because of my background, because of the way I was raised. It is easy for me now. I've been divorced for almost 4 years, and I've been celibate. Not because I just decided to be. It is because of the upbringing I have.
Wow. Yeah.
Because of the way I was raised, it is easy for me to maintain it. And because I have children, I am teaching to live a moral lifestyle. I have to show that lifestyle to them. That's why no matter the advances I get, I tell people it's bigger than me. It is not my will, because the flesh is weak. If it is my will, it is easy for me to change my will. But when it is bigger than you, you can't change it. So when you raise children right, it now becomes bigger than them.
Okay.
No matter how they fall, they cannot fall to a hopeless state.
Okay.
What if at the end of the day, all of these measures you put in place are really not working, and then you see a kid, after trying to give them the good upbringing, and then you see them go outside and live below the standard you've actually set for them? How would you feel as a parent, and where will you say the mistake is coming from?
As a parent, one of the most heartbreaking things is watching a child you raised derail.
Okay.
It can be heartbreaking for a parent.
Yeah.
Now, but you have to come to the point where you can examine yourself and say, I tried my best. Once you can tell yourself that you tried your best, then there's nothing else you can do.
Okay.
A child who wants to derail will derail. But let it not be due to any fault of yours. Do your part. And then when a child decides to derail, you can tell yourself that I tried. I did my part. You can go and say, God, see me, I try you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Children will always pick their parts. Children will always move in the direction they want to move. If you have done a good job, your children should be independent. They shouldn't be hanging to your coattails if you have done a good job when they become adults.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with my first son today, and I was telling him that as a first child, you might not want the responsibility of having the younger ones look up to you, but it is not in your power to make that choice. One, because you were born first, which means you have to set the pace for others to follow. If you decide to make mistakes, the others will not follow you in your mistakes. Hopefully, they will chart their own course. But what happens is, it can be so depressing for the person involved when, as the first, you look at your younger ones and you look like the failure.
Okay.
I'm not talking of in terms of wealth.
Yeah.
Because wealth is not a true definition of who is impactful per se. Because the younger one might be richer, but it doesn't mean the first one is not thriving, is not excelling in their own field or career.
Yeah.
Except somebody is measuring how much they have in the bank.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, as a first child, you have to set the mark where even when your younger ones look, you're not going to them cap in hand. So I tell every parent that speaks to me, I say, one, show your children what it means to be a responsible parent. You cannot be an irresponsible parent trying to raise responsible children. We have cases like that where God is so merciful that you see parents that have no business raising children, and the children come out fantastic. Those cases are not the norm. They are far and few in between. The ideal situation is parents living by example, raising their children by example. That is why when I see certain things parents do online, I'm concerned for the children they are raising. Because if a parent is twerking on social media in their underwear, you need to be concerned about the children they are raising.
And it's a trend now.
It's a trend
It's a
because
trend
of
now.
monetization.
Yeah, it's a trend now.
If you have done your part raising your children and they decide to deviate, find Coke or any soft drink and tell yourself you have tried. You can't kill yourself.
Yeah. So,
okay.
We have been seeing some debates, let me call it debates, on social media about single parents, maybe single father, single mother. So I want to ask, does being a single parent, do you think it is more difficult raising a child being a single parent or when you both are together? So
I would tell you, in a complete home where you have the father and the mother, it is far, far easier to raise children.
Okay.
Now, but it is better to raise a child in a single home that is peaceful and stable than to raise a child in a toxic two-parent home.
Yeah.
It causes more damage to the child. You are raising damaged humans if they are in a toxic home. It is better to have a single home where there is peace and the children can grow up under a calm environment than to have two parents because you are saying and let it not look like it's a broken home and then you keep children in a toxic environment. I'm going to tell you that if you check the statistics of damaged human beings, you have more damaged human beings raised in a two-parent home than you have in a single parent home. One of the things that single parenting teaches you is being extra cautious. One, because the decks are stacked against you and your children.
Yeah.
The society is already expecting you to fail in parenting the child. The children also have these decks stacked against them. The society is expecting them to turn out wayward or raising criminals. So for those children, you can see that majority of them, we can point out so many successful people who were raised by single parents. Reason being, they know that society is already expecting them to fail. And so they decided to prove them wrong.
They double work them
But what are the downsides?
So they, for the case of the mother, you know, when it comes to discipline, somehow the fathers automatically do it better when it comes to authority figure. Because the way the home is set, for me as a Christian, the way the home is set is the father as the head, supported by the mother, and then the children. So there is this sort of authority figure that the father brings. So even when the mother tells a child to do something and she's repeating it 5 times, the father can say it once and it is automatically done. So that is an advantage in raising children, because you know that where you are finding it difficult, the other person is there to help you in establishing discipline in the home. But when you are doing it alone with the children, you have to work extra hard. And that is where living a certain lifestyle comes in. As once you are a single mother, the onus is on you to live a life that your children can emulate, especially in your relations with partners. You have no business turning your home into a revolving door of strange men coming in and out. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the children are watching you. Part of the reason why I live the way I live is because I know I'm raising children. Apart from the fact that I have a relationship with God and He won't let me do certain things.
Yeah.
But I also know that I need to be able to advise my children without my conscience telling me, that thing that you are saying. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I tell them something, I can say it boldly to them because I live it and they know I live it. So it's harder to raise children as a single parent than when you have a partner. Because even the Bible says that one will chase 1,000 and two will put 10,000 to flight. And if a threefold cord is not easily broken, if you bring just one broom, you can break it. If you bring the entire broom pack, you can't break it. That's how it is when two parents are raising a child. It is easier. That is the way nature planned it. But if for any reason you are raising children alone, you have to be conscious of the fact that you are the Bible. For those who are Christian, you are the Bible your children will be reading. You are the moral compass your children will be using in navigating society. So the onus is on you to lay a proper foundation for those children. It depends on who is willing to sacrifice more for the children. Because raising children is a sacrifice, especially if the children are little. As a parent, when you're raising those children, there are certain things you cannot do. Even your freedom is curtailed to a large extent. So whichever parent is willing to give up their social life, for those who maybe used to have friends they hang out with and all that, you have to be willing to make a huge sacrifice. I have seen good single fathers as well as good single mothers. So I will not say, a man should not raise the children alone, or a woman. It depends on who is able to do it, who is willing to do it, and who is very responsible when it comes to taking care of the children. For some, it will be the father. As sad as it might be to say it, for some, it will be the father. The fathers will raise the children better for some. Because when you look at the woman, you know this woman does not have a head. So it is better to have the father take care of those children in such situations.
We have seen a case whereby the mother or the woman in the house will say the father know the house, or papa know the house, is that. Then we have also seen a case whereby the father takes all the responsibility to the mother. So who should be more responsible in raising a child when the both parents are together?
The child does not belong to one person. They came together and made children. These children, mind you, did not ask to be born. As long as you are capable of fathering or mothering a child, you are responsible for that child 100%. Both parents are supposed to bring 100%. You know, we turned it to this dichotomy where fathers can afford to be absent while the mothers do all the rearing of the children. And then when a child misbehaves, you attribute it to the mother. When the child excels, you attribute it to the father. Both parents are responsible for raising the children. It is not left for one person.
You know, sometimes they will say the father is always out working, trying to make ends meet in the family.
Well, in most cases now we have both parents working
that, right?
and contributing financially. So if you have a wife, even if your wife is a stay-at-home mom, there is a certain authority that a father brings into the home that should not be left for the mother to do.
What do you think is the best way to handle kids in terms of using the social media? We have certain countries today like Canada, I think Australia as well, trying to ban the use of social media for kids. And because they felt like parents are not doing what they ought to do, what they are supposed to do. So what do you think it should be the best way for kids, for parents, or a parent to allow their kids or what to use, on how to use the social media?
What I used to do, because my children loved YouTube growing up. So at one point I put restriction. That's Google has a method where they checkmate children who are below a certain age. So you can't access certain part of Google, YouTube. Sorry, YouTube had a way of checkmating children. So I had installed that for a phone so that my daughter couldn't watch anything above certain level. Even at that, I used to still check on it. And by the time she got to that age, it was 13. By the time you got to 13, Google will remove the restriction and allow them to watch anything. I say, no, you guys cannot tell me what to do in my house. I would rather reduce the age of my child so that they will be under that restriction till they are 15, 16. Because you can't tell me that my child is old enough to watch certain things at 13. If you check most of the restriction for children now, there is barely any restriction at all, what they are exposed to. So for me, my children, it was when they got into, when they were about to enter higher institution, they began to check social media. But all my kids are still not on Facebook. All of them, including the one that will be 20. I have 2 in the university.
They're not on Facebook?
They are not on Facebook.
Wow.
They just started using TikTok. They were on YouTube.
Okay.
They just started using TikTok. According to my daughter, that Facebook is for old people.
Oh, wow. So the best thing would be setting your restrictions.
So if you can see that certain apps are more the younger generation friendly than the other apps. You have more elderly people on Facebook than you do on TikTok. And which other one? Snapchat. I still don't do
Instagram.
Snapchat. So Instagram, you have them checking Instagram. But then what I tell parents is, when they are growing up, check what they read, what they watch, censor it, and make sure that your voice is louder. Because they will be exposed to different things, no matter how strict you are, because they mingle with other children whose parents are not careful like you. They will one way or the other pick up things. But make sure your voice is louder
than their friends.
And whatever they are picking up, because they will interact. You do your job doesn't mean the other parent is doing their job. So make sure whatever the other parent failed to do that their children are displaying, make sure your voice is louder.
For children, they are not this social media freak like others, but you see a case whereby the younger ones are very addicted to this social media, and because of this monetization issue, you even see their parents advising, I don't want to call names because of celebrities and all that. I don't want anybody to tag us here. But you see some younger ones using this medium to become rich and also giving to their parents. So even if their content is more of explicit content, you see their parents, even most times they even partner with them to do a video. So what will you say about those parents?
As a parent, I will never approve any money that has to debase my child, that my child has to lose their morality. I will not support it. Now, for those parents, because they turned their children to breadwinners, they have no choice. You know, even in the society, when you see younger generation doing all sorts of things and moving around, because they give their parents the money, the parents can't speak. You lose your edge as a parent when your child starts to feed you. You have a child who is not up to 18 and the child is feeding you. You lose the moral justification to caution that child because you are reaping the proceeds of their debauchery or whatever it is that they are doing. The same thing goes for Yahoo. You find parents not being able to stop their children from going into internet fraud because they eat from the proceeds. These parents' hands are tied. They are in untenable situations because they have to survive. They are surviving through their children. So for cases like that, even if I say they should stop, they won't stop because that is how they feed. Am I going to feed them?
No.
The best I can do is tell them what you're doing is wrong and you should look for a more modest way of making money. But I can't force them to take that path. learn to strike the balance. Being the friend to an extent where they are comfortable telling you things, especially things that are detrimental to their well-being, that they can confide in you. Be that kind of friend they can confide in. But at the same time, know when to exert your authority so that they remember that you are the parent. Then for the children, I'm going to tell them that for everyone you admire that is doing well in a chosen field or career, they worked hard for it. There is no free lunch anywhere.
Yeah.
And no cause. I tell my children this, no career and no cause is more lucrative or this one is bad, because we have universities where we have situations where people are saying, no, don't read this course. I told them, even a mechanic is a good profession.
Yeah.
For every profession, we have those who are excelling and those who are failing.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Wait for the next episode on Ayo Show. Talk to Ayo Show on Naija Live TV. I want to appreciate you, ma, for coming.
Thank you.
And I want to also appreciate my Achalugo baby.
Okay.
So thank you guys. And don't forget, we are open for sponsorship, Abi.
Yes,
Partnership,
yes.
advert.
Yeah.
Abego. Thank you guys. Peace out.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
You know I'm your host, the Ayo of Yent.
Z10 for high-tech precision engineering. A technology and heavy-duty industry. Original spares for automotive, locomotive, aviation, marine, and agriculture. Research and development for automotive engines and electric cars. Heavy-duty off-road equipment. Reverse engineering. Technological development. Academy for innovators and impressionable minds. Z10 for high-tech precision engineering. A technology and heavy-duty industry. Original spares for automotive, locomotive, aviation, marine, and agriculture. Research and development for automotive engines and electric cars. Heavy-duty off-road equipment. Reverse engineering. Technological development. Academy for innovators and impressionable minds.
A leader with integrity does not only make promises but keeps them. Such a leader does not only wield authority but exercises it with responsibility and moral courage. Well, today on the show, we are privileged to host a man who does not only exemplify integrity but also has the people at heart. And of course, this is evident in his activities, in his words, and in his actions. Gracious will do us the honor. But then I'm Victor Eulogy, and of course...
And I'm Gracious Penana. Well, I guess, like Victor has rightly mentioned, he's the APC candidate for the Sagama Ikremo Federal Constituency in 2023 general elections for House of Representatives. We have because in the studio this afternoon, Honorable Bless Olomo, a politician, and philanthropist. It's really good to have you join us today, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay. Well, like Victor has actually mentioned, but Victor, maybe you can take over from there as we discuss politics in Bayelsa with you. You were someone who was actually, I mean, even very recently, you've been doing so much. 2023, your name was everywhere, and the media and all. And yes, the timetable is out again from INEC. So, but generally, there's been a lot of, defection from a lot of states, governors defecting to the ruling All Progressives Congress, and that has also happened here in Bayelsa State. Looking at someone who, I mean, you've been a party member before the defection, so I want to get your take on the recent development in politics here in Bayelsa State. How would you assess it?
Yeah, thank you. I am grateful to God to be here. And honestly, I'm always passing through this road. I never knew there is a TV station in Yenegua. And a few weeks ago, a few days ago, we flew together, I and the producer or the MD or the CEO of the TV station. And we had a wonderful chat while we got to Abuja. And he had never told me that he has opened a TV station only for gift. Kept calling, and I thought I was coming for a radio program. So when I came in and seeing the setup, honestly, I am impressed. I thank you, and I think this is what we should be doing as a people. I want to congratulate Saint. I want to tell him that I have seen this place, and God will crown his effort, knowing fully well that, you're reporting there are standards and there are procedure which I know that you guys will abide by the code of conduct in the television station. Yes, just like you have said, there's a new sheriff in town, which is the executive governor of Bayelsa State. By the APC constitution, he is the leader of the party. He leads and we follow. Yes, in our last stakeholders meeting, just like what I told him, I have watched him from afar with his spiritual disposition of the state. And it is only when God built, the laborer will all labor in vain. So he has started with a clean slate coming to APC. And in our stakeholders meeting, he said it, and I quote, that you can't come to a house and want to take over every property in that house. It's just like me coming to your TV station. I want to carry your camera, I want to carry this, I want to carry this. No. It is not done, and even God will not allow it to happen. So, there must be give and take. Those that have labored from 2015 till date, yes, that a lot of people came to APC. Some of them left. Some came back. Some left. Now everybody, not everybody, some are still in PDP. As you all know, my local government chairman, Sagbama, she did not defect. The House of Rep, the person I contested with, Fred Agwedi, did not defect. Senator Eris Erake did not defect. The vice chairman of Sagbama local government equally did not defect. And even some government appointees, they are still in PDP. So they have made up their mind they are not going or coming to APC. So we that we are in APC, we must also have a good quality of fair share. There must be a symbiotic relationship so that there won't be bad blood, so that the man who has been a chairman for about 3-4 years, the people that stood for President Ahmed Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to ensure that today he is the president. As you all know, in 2015, go and check the results of APC and PDP. In 2015-2019, PDP was getting close to about 60,000 votes in Sagbama local government to 70,000 votes because we were not active in 2015. In 2019, we were not fully active. But in 2023, when we came on board with what we have done for our people in Sagbama Ikeremo, I make boast under God that there is no community in Sagbama that have not facilitated or have not been instrumental in erecting a project in the 38 community. Sagbama has 38 community politically. So in that 38 community, Michael Bless Olomu have, planted a legacy. So that's why you see there's no community that you go to that the name Michael Bless Olomu is not an household name. Because what we have done, being young in politics, the vision, the charisma we have brought into the political space, where people get appointment, they forget about their community. Somebody was saying something somewhere that it is Michael Olomu that has opened our eyes. That before, when we get job in NDDC, we used to sell it. But when Michael Olomu came, he said, no, he will not sell the job, but he will go and look for money and do it. Because when you do the job, you have dual purpose. One, you will make profit. Two, your community will benefit. But before now, all those that have had opportunity, what they do is a job that is that expensive for like 150 million, 200 million, they will sell it for a peanutry of maybe like 5 million. And after 1 month, that 5 million is gone. But for us, we said, no, if we have opportunity, that job must be located in our place. Yes, we will get somebody that will do it. In doing it, we say we will get more as a person. The community too is benefiting. So you see that there's a dual benefit. So by doing that, our name came on ground. People were seeing that this boy, he no be commissioner, he no be advisor for state, he no be MD, he no be this, he no be that. He has attracted project to this community. He has attracted project to this community. He has influenced project to this community. He has influenced project to this community. If we give him opportunity, he will do better. Because those people that are elected, those people that have what it takes to bring this project, they will just sell it so that the people don't know they have opportunity of bringing projects to their people. Employment, we have brought in so many people in federal level, in other agencies of government, where we have opportunity, we will ensure that our people are employed. So that is what we have been doing over the years. And, the governor has said it, that everybody must be carried along, whether new, whether old APC. Now everybody is in APC. You understand? That everybody should be part and parcel of the process of this world and the local government congress, and believing that those that are saddled with the responsibility will follow what the governor is a directive. And when a governor speaks is a directive. So everybody that will not follow the directive of the governor, will have him himself to be blamed. So we have been with the people. We have been doing things for the people. And for me, it is not because we have so much, that's why we are giving. It is because we have the art of giving. We give not because we have plenty. We give because it is commanded, and it is a command that we must give to the less privileged. We must help our brothers and sisters so that society can be a better place for us.
Okay, you've said so many things. And since our focus this morning is on integrity, we want to believe that there are people who have said Bayelsa as a state would have grown bigger and even better than it is now, if not for the lack of integrity on the part of some politicians in the state. Do you agree with that school of thought?
Absolutely, yes. Let me take you down to a story. I will not mention some names because this is a live interview because of the persons that are involved. I was a special assistant to Executive Governor of Bayelsa State between 2008, end of 2008 to 2012. Now, I was called upon that there was somebody who we have the same name, Olomu. So, and they said, oh, the man has done this, the man has done that I should broker out a meeting. I was just in my 20s. That I should broker out a meeting for discussion. Now, I didn't know that Famtangwe had been arranged to arrest the man. Being an aide to a governor, and while we were meeting, I said, okay, oh, our meeting has been scheduled for so time. While we were in the meeting, in Prince Igbagara's house. So we were in Prince Igbagara's house for that meeting. So while we were in the meeting, police came, arrested Prince Igbagara, arrested the person we were having the meeting. Then Igbagara was special advisor. We all went to state CID. I wasn't arrested because probably I don't know why. When I got to state CID, they said they have to write statement. And I went to meet His Excellency, the governor, Timi Presiva. I said, Your Excellency, see what thing they happen now. He said, am I sure? I said, yes. He said, okay. He will handle the situation. I was not called for arrest. Before I know it, the man has been charged to court. Before I know it, the Olomu has been taken to Aoda prison. He was reminded in the prison. And I sat down and I went into prayer. I said, God, what is happening? I felt I was to resolve an issue. I was an aide to the governor. I said, my Lord, I felt I was to resolve an issue. Why am I in the middle of this thing? My position is at stake. My integrity is at stake. What do I do? As a young man in his 20s, I am making so much waves in government, and this is a government issue. What do I do? If I don't support the government, I will lose my appointment. If I support the government, I will be in government and I've lost my integrity. I was asked to be the prime witness of the case.
Against the man?
Against the man.
Wow.
I was doc. A Bible was given to me. I took an oath that the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. I went and they asked me, what is the issue? I said, my Lord, this man is innocent of all the charges. The man collapsed right in court. He was discharged and acquitted. So when we talk about integrity, some of us had political integrity. If it was to some other person, is an aide. I have an unlimited access to the governor. I have unfertile access to the governor. Of course, I would have said, oh, my position is at stake. I beg, let me just support what they have asked me to support. And they went to meet the governor. They told him that, Your Excellency, Mike has spoiled the case. Your Excellency says, I know Mike. Mike will say the truth and nothing but the truth. People must know you for your antecedent and what you will do. The governor knew that I will not give any false statement against anybody. Yes, some few years ago, Bobby Ugo, one of our media aide, APC media aide, I was somewhere and I got a call that he was being arrested. I drove to his house. I went to his house. I deployed everything humanly possible. He was charged to Okaka. I was there with him. I stood with him. I got all sorts of calls that, oh, hey, this, if you do this. At the end of the day, we stood for him. Not only him, even when Saint was also arrested, we all stood. We all defended him. My life has been a life of integrity, irrespective of whoever will be. I stand for the truth. According to our friend Dino Melaye, he said, you say the truth, you will die. You don't say the truth, you will die. For me, I have chosen to say the truth because one day, all of us will die in a very good old age. So the younger generation that are coming, we must stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for something. And that same man that is convincing you to do evil, the same man will not use you tomorrow because he knows your antecedent. He knows that if he has opportunity, that this man will not defend him too if this man is in the other side. But they just want to play you. They will tell you, don't worry, you are looking for House of Rep position. Oh, you must compromise. If you don't compromise in politics, people will not compromise for you. But for me, I think what is right, what is wrong. And we must stand for the right, and we must stand for the truth. We must always propagate the truth, irrespective of the situation, irrespective of the condition. For me, I've made up my mind. We will stand to defend the oppressed. We will stand to advocate for the truth. If our voice is heard, glory be to God. But one day, according to Martin Luther King Jr., he said, and I quote, a time will come when one of his children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I want to be judged by the content of my character, not because I am fair, and not because this man is black, not because my mother is from Imo State and my father is a Bayelsa. Some people will say, oh, hey, this man is not a proper Bayelsa. This man is not a proper, I want to be fair to all concerned. In Rotary, we were made to believe that there are four-way tests of the things we do or say. Anything you do, you must make sure it's the truth. Anything you do, you must make sure it's fair to all concerned. Anything you do, you must make sure it will be beneficiary to all concerned. So when we do these things, when we have this watch word, and when we have this in our mind, we'll know that society will be a better place. What are they going to give us? 100,000. What will 100,000 naira do for you in Nigeria? What would they give you 150,000? What would 150,000 naira do to buy your conscience for just a peanut tree? For me, I have said, God forbid. I will speak the truth now that I'm alive. I will speak the truth even on gunpoint. I will speak the truth no matter whoever is involved. I will always say the truth. And just like the Bible has admonished us, you say the truth at all times. And that's what I am doing.
All right, thank you so much. Let's come back to the politics in Bayelsa again. That's where we actually started off from as well. We'll still come back to the integrity test because a lot of things that I still want to ask after I finish talking. Now, very recently, the governor, His Excellency actually put up a committee to oversee certain things in the APC. Like you rightly mentioned, that there are people that have actually been building the house before some persons defected. Large majority from the PDP defected to the APC. Would you say that the committee that was recently set up by the governor is actually a fair deal? Do you really see yourself, and other persons that have actually been in the party before the arrival of others getting a first chance? You, for example, you contested for the House of Reps in 2023, and having others who still have same interest as you in PDP before defected, do you think that that is going to be a fair deal for those persons that have actually been here? Are they going to get a fair deal since they now have the arrival of those that have actually been ruling in the state right now in the APC?
Well, thank you, Gift. For me, gracious, thank you. For me, the governor meant well. Now, if the governor did not mean well for us, he probably would have sat down in government house and probably has asked one or two persons from each of the ward and local government to just write names and submit. For me, I must commend the dexterity and the doggedity of the executive governor of Bayelsa State, distinguished Senator Doye Diri. For doing that, he has my support, and I owe him on a very high esteem for taking that bold step. Secondly, he went ahead to say that you cannot come to somebody's house and want to take over everything, that it is not possible. Even God will not allow it to happen. And that's why you see some pocket of protests and he has said any ward, any local government that has any issue that is going to take it up and address the issue, that is a man that meant well for everybody. Yes, you cannot be for everybody. It's just like you have your children and your brother children. Yes, you tend to show that you are the father of all. But in your heart, there are those that you hold close. But yes, the governor has proven to us, the old member, yes, they said everybody is new, and we are believing that with this, we'll see how new we are, or how togetherness everybody will be. Yes, some persons had been in this party. Some persons fought for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, the governor has said it that one of the cardinal purpose is Tinubu's election. Now, who loves Tinubu more? The man that has been fighting for you for the past 4 years, and the man who is coming to fight for you. Now, are you not coming to support what we have been supporting? That is it. So the man who is there, who is supporting this process, has the mind to support. So it's not as if this man will betray. Now, I said it. Particularly, I'll make my emphasis in Sagbama. In the 2023 election, compared to 2019, compared to 2015, Sagbama has a total voting strength of about 120,000. But in the 2023 general election, we were able to reduce the voting strength to 1 man, 1 vote in Sagbama. And we know the outcome of it. And we know what APC got. If APC, when everybody was on that side in PDP, if all of them put together, they could not defeat us with 70%, with 60%, not even more than 50%. That means we have over 35% strength in Sagbama. So a man who has 35% strength, when everybody was on one side, now I make boast to say that Sagbama is the strongest hold of PDP in Bayelsa State.
PDP or APC?
PDP. Before now. Before now.
Yes.
In 2023, Sagbama is the strongest hold of PDP.
And not Southern Niger?
No. Southern Niger has a lot of heavyweight in APC. The David Lion is the Southern Niger. The Joshua McIver is the Southern Niger. The Tiwe them are in Southern Niger. We won a lot of House of Assembly election Sele. You understand? We have some stake. APC has stake. But in Sagbama, there are no much stake. Our constituency 1 House of Assembly member did not defect to PDP, APC. Is in PDP. So you look at all these elements. Serake Dixon, 1-time House of Rep member, 2-time governorship candidate, or a governor, sorry, of this state. Presently a senator, is in PDP. He did not defer to APC. So you think you undermine the strength of PDP in Sagbama? No, you will not. We already have what we have. We have about 35% support base. Minimum 35%. You know, an ordinary layman should say, okay, oh, these people get 35% strength when they were together. And you people have come to join us with this our 35%. Let's say you are bringing another 35% or 40%. That is 75%. So if you are to give us 35% stake, it's a fair share. But if you are coming to say you want to take 70%, 80%, we that have 35% stake ab initio.
I had a structure.
I contested an election in the both local government, and people saw what happened.
You fought against the results from...
My dear, I defeated a man who has done nothing for the people for 12 years. They knew what happened now. I defeated him. We went to the tribunal. Tribunal said we should go back and do the primaries.
You mean Fred Agbedi?
Yes.
He's been doing some empowerment programs.
Tell me one as he has done.
Very recently, even if I can highlight it, I remember that there was...
Nylon bag of rice.
Certain empowerment program.
Please show it. Put it on your... If you don't put it on your TV station, I will not come here again.
No, please don't.
If you don't put it on your TV station, look at the empowerment I have been doing. And look at a man who was a PDP chairman. And look at a man who is a 4th-time member of a House of Rep. They say ranking is key. Look at what Senator Natasha is doing. She's a 1st-time member. Look at what Ekpenyon, a senator, one of the young men from Cross River, is doing. Look at what many young people, first-time members are doing. My brother and my sister, I have come and I have said it severally. It is a man that knows the road. If you turn off this light, I can tell you that some persons will find it difficult to leave this room. But true. You that knows the in and out will have. Remember, I was essay on National Assembly matter in NDDC. I was essay on special projects in NDDC. I was essay external affair in NDDC. I was essay FCT in NDDC. I was essay special duties in NDDC. I have interacted with the National Assembly members. I have friends. All my life has been in the north and in the west, the better part of my life. I have a good number of friendship in the National Assembly. As of today, I have over 100 persons who are my direct friend in the National Assembly. And if you keep 100 people out of 300, you know that decision making will come up and will be able to pull out something. I overheard a member House of Rep few days ago lamenting that she has not accessed 2025 budget. She was giving out canoe that me self at the buy dash people and they will put them for social media. She was giving out life jacket, even me as an individual. I do that without putting it on live stream. So if you cannot access it, you should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of yourself that your colleagues are accessing it. You should be ashamed of yourself that you are unable to do what others are doing. People should bend their heads on shame, for God's sake. Most of them are old. They are over 60 years. The Green Chamber is not a place for age. It's a place where the younger generation can cross-fertilize ideas, can interact.
That's if the younger generation is ready.
Am I not ready?
You might be ready.
I am ready. Okay, send me. Send me.
Not too young to run, not too young to run. At the end of the day, you see them still supporting the very elderly.
I say I am ready. Here am I. Send me.
Okay.
And see if I will not deliver. I am making myself available. I have done what none has done. I am doing what none of them has done. So I think just like when the president, a lot of people was campaigning before the 2023, he said a Milocon. I am telling the people of Sagbama Ekeremo that a Milocon. It is my turn. I have independently financed this party at the local government.
By this party, you mean?
The APC.
Okay.
I have used my personal resources to support the party before now. When there are issues in the party, we have supported this party without even having anybody at the center. We have been using our personal resources. Yes, I say personal resources because if you call me to supply laptop in this your building, and I end up supplying laptop.
Yes, sir, we really want. Now that
wait now, and I make profit in the supply, and I use my profit to do empowerment. Is it government money?
No, that's your money. That's your money.
When I'm an aide to the governor, and they are sharing projects to community, you carry project as an aide to your community, and you make money. You keep your money in your pocket. You use your money to go and do transport business. You use your money to build school. You use your money to build houses in Ugele, in Port Harcourt, and put tenants. And you make the money. Somebody say, I'm loyal. You say, nothing there. Oh. The government self, nothing there, this government. Oh. Now, suffer, they suffer. Oh. If not because of, say, nothing there, but don't resign. Oh. They are blackmailing the government. And they are making money privately. Their children are enjoying. They are in private university. They are private secondary school. Your own children are in public school. You are begging somebody 10,000 naira. He say, I no get to manage 500 naira. While we are doing business, we are using our own profit. In turn, give back to society. They say all of them are government. But your own, na personal. My own, because at the DWAM and our government. So, people say sort of things without taking an in-depth analysis of it.
Okay.
We give not because we have money. We give because we love giving. They say, the Bible says, and the Lord loves what?
A cheerful giver.
Cheerful giver. So for us, We'll keep giving. We'll continually give. Today we'll give. Tomorrow we'll give. Next tomorrow we'll give. Whether they say it is government money, whether they say it's not government money, but their own money is their money. They keep it to themselves. Our own money that we make profit, and in turn we go back to the society and help the less privileged. Look at the program we did yesterday. Look at the disabled people. You look at the smile. Somebody, a journalist, called me that she's a single mother of 3 children. That she was just crying all throughout the program. That if she had an opportunity of somebody that would have at least given her 100,000 to help her children's education. Look at the elderly women. If you look at the pictures, how we carefully selected them. We went to their shops. Some of them are selling just 1 rubber of gari. Some of them are selling just Maggi, tomatoes, few other things. For God's sake, people should appreciate what we are doing, and people should applaud us.
Now that you said it even higher, Victor, you want to say something?
Yes, I mean, you've said so many things. But one thing that kept running through my, 2 questions actually that kept running through my mind. But the first one is, you said it's your turn. What exactly is wrong with the politics in Bayelsa State? Why is it that people like you have not been voted into power? Why is it that people like you who have shown integrity or have shown interest or desire to better the lives of the people, why is it that people like you are not the ones occupying political offices, not appointment, elective political offices in this state? What do you think are some of the problems we have with Bayelsa politics, if you can enumerate them?
1 is greed. 2 is godfatherism. 3 is clique. Now, I was a teacher before having my BSc in sociology. I have NCE, and I was teaching in government secondary school, Brenning KB, before I moved to Bayelsa State to further my education. One of the things I always want to give examples so that I can, explain and our listener can understand. I was with my boss, the former managing director, CEO of Naija Delta Development Commission, Aqua. I was pleading that my alma mater, Naija Delta University, Alaibe came with a theory that every state must have a 500-bed hostel in its time. And it was just Akwa Ibom State and Bayelsa State that was left. So Akwa Ibom State own was going because Akwa is from Akwa Ibom. That of Bayelsa is still on DPC. Now, one of the contractors have neglected his side. He has written to NDDC that is no longer interested. Another one is still battling. Now, I looked at it that we have opportunity. We can have 3 hostels. And there were debate, Bayelsa, and we don't need another one. Let's wait for the hostel they have been building for over 10 years. This was in 2021. Alaibe left office over 10, 15 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I pleaded with the managing director. He said, Mike, it's a nice idea. You don't have money to build. Who do you think can do this thing for your people that will do it well? Now, if you go to my community at Bedebri, I had done over 5-kilometer road, both concrete and asphalt.
From your pocket?
Not from my pocket. I influenced.
Okay.
From NDDC, I influenced those projects in my community. And I looked at the contractor was diligent and upright. So I recommended the contractor. And he said, yes, he has heard of that contractor, is a good one. Now go to NDU. That is a project that was criticized. Today, NDU has 650-bed hostel, fully completed, will be inaugurated, it will be commissioned in no distance time. Now, when the managing director, our brother and our leader, the MD, CEO, Samuel Obuku, chief, PhD, when he came in, he said, no, this thing can be modified. When he came on board, from 500-bed hostel, he said, no, we can modify it. Now it is 650-bed hostel. They have brought in long tennis. They have also brought in swimming pool. This is a modern facility. Every room is in suite. You understand? You have your room, you have your bed, you have your kitchen cabinet. You understand? That is the modern. Now, if we don't have vision, that project wouldn't have come to limelight. The one Alaibe brought in up till now, because of greed, the project is still in foundation level.
After all these years.
After all these years, so much money, resources spent on those projects. Now you look at, oh, Michael Olomu, I don't have a godfather. I don't have a godfather. Because I don't have a godfather, they will want to say, oh, hey, let's not give him. Now, they are not looking at the heart of the man. They are not looking at this man has done this man has done this. And if you ask all of them, they will tell you that Mike is competent. Mike has the charisma. Mike can attract projects. Mike can defend his people. And Mike will ensure that what is due his people comes to them. But you know what it takes in politics? Those that are nice, those that are good, those that can do the job most times are not choosing to be there. But we believe that the vote this time will count. We believe that the governor we have, if you look at his disposition, he believes in credibility. He believes that if this man can do the job, this man should be given the opportunity. And the governor said it, that he has been to House of Reps, he has been to Senate, he is a governor, he has not left anything in Senate. What will he be going back to do in Senate? But there are some elements around him. There are some individual around him who is, you know, putting him, Oga, you have to go. You have to go. The man wants somebody to go there. He has done his own. He wants to be an elder of this state. He wants to be a father. You know, the role of a father that he will be called upon. Look at Goodluck Jonathan. Globally is recognized. So, for me, I think we will get it right with the governor. The governor knows what is right. He knows every individual. He knows every character. And in the proper time, he is going to put them in the respective place.
Just this recent Thanksgiving service, he mentioned that he wants to see the young people grow, that they should give young people the space to grow. But also, while you were mentioning greed, how about, you know, for certain people like you that is magnanimous enough to actually reach out to the real people, reach out to people around? Is it that you, maybe people like you are also looking at the big parties and ignoring other parties that your name, since you've actually reached out to the people and you believe that you have the weight to, you know, get the backing of the people who come on the day of election, maybe, you know, also ignoring there are other parties that are available. Say we have Accord. Someone like Adeleke just very recently defected to Accord. We have other parties that you can actually use, but you also want the big parties. Maybe that's the reason. And plus that, when you look at that, I want you to tell me if maybe you can actually maybe consider one day and say, oh, if I'm not getting this, I can actually defect to another party with the name I've actually been to myself. That's one question. And also the next one is, you are someone who just stated that you grew up from the West and the North, but yet you're back home trying to see how you can build your people, reaching out to them through your foundation. I wanted to tell us why you decided to, you know, do that, and also a bit about the Bless Olomo Foundation.
Well, thank you. I want to let me start from your last question. The Michael Olomu Foundation, before it was registered, was Mike Olomu Foundation. You know, I am born a Christian. I am a practicing Christian. I believe in our Lord Jesus Christ. And when I was after my secondary school, I took a vow. And I said, God, any day, I'm saying it publicly, that any day I find myself in a place that is not of God, that you should strike me and take me away. So there's nothing I will do on earth that is not in accordance to our Lord Jesus Christ, based on the Bible. So I am a Christian. I will be a Christian till I die, and I will serve our Lord Jesus Christ, and I will worship him in truth and in spirit. The foundation, we're believing God for open doors. I and my wife and my family, we're believing God for breakthroughs. And while we're praying, and we say, God, anything you give to us, we must come back on a yearly basis and give back to the society. And give back to our society, meaning society, you must start, say charity begins at home. So when I got appointed into NDDC, my going to NDDC was miraculous. I wasn't recommended by anybody in Bayelsa State. It was Rotimi Amechi, who I never knew, that recommended me to be an SA. Rivers State, yeah, I'm saying it live publicly. Rotimi Amechi recommended me to be an SA. So the glory will not come from anybody in Bayelsa, but it will come from God and God alone. It was through Johnson Apostle Suleiman that he met with Rotimi Amechi. I said, one of my sons would like to be an SA. So he said, let him come. And I went to meet Rotimi Amechi. He said, young man, how are you? I've never done anything for the apostle, and he's my very good friend. He said, what do you want? You know, then SA Youth was the talk of town. I said, SA Youth. He said, no. I have somebody for it. I said, SA Security. He said, no. Okay, no problem. Go and meet the MD. So when I met the MD in Sima Ikere, that was my first time of meeting him. And he said, okay, Amechi asked me, what is your qualification? I said, I have a first degree in sociology, and I have a master's degree in criminology. And I said, everybody that is coming, they are coming here either with a school cert, and some, you tell them to go and bring their certificate, they will tell your guy, we don't know where we'll keep it. And it's only you that has a master's degree from those that I'm recommending. No. I will recommend you, and you will get it. Yes, there were a lot of people in Bayelsa that wanted to recommend persons. And, you know, if you know the Amechi, the little I know about him, if he says yes, if you are killing him, he will say the yes until you cut off his head. And if he must renege in what he has agreed with you, he will call you back. And that is the same person of Wike. The two of them have same similarity. And that's why you see anywhere they stand, they always stand strong because of their character and their person. They will not come behind you and say this thing and come in front of you and say a different thing. They are men of their words, and their word is final. And if they must change, they will call you back. So we got into NDDC. My first salary came in, and we sat down as a family that, no, we have a covenant with God that we must give back. I did the first medical outreach in 2017. The foundation started in 2011 with little assistance, going to the health, going to the needy, motherless, and the rest. And we started with Ofoni. We went to Ofoni community. We did our outreach, and it was wonderful. 2018, we did it. So that is how the Michael Olomu Foundation came on board. It is a covenant. It is a vow that when we get blessed, we'll go back to the society and give back to the society. So everything we do, it is out of God's blessing in our pockets. What has gotten to us that we are giving back to society. And that's why I said the other time that people say, oh, you get contract from government. What about those that get paid from government? Somebody is SA to the governor. He was in the village. He's appointed SA. He will leave the village and come to Yenegua. He will be renting house 500,000, 700,000. He has abandoned the structure in the village. When the village people call him, he will say, nothing there. This government said, he said, I'm not for not take this appointment. But you have migrated to the urban area. Those that you were eating and drinking and managing life, they are now the less privileged. You are now a bourgeoisie in the capital. So the Michael Olomu Foundation, that is how it started. And I tell everybody, there is nobody, no politician in Bayelsa that is not a contractor in NDDC. House of Assembly, commissioners, special advisors, government house, all of them, they are in one way or the other. If they are not collecting contract from NDDC, they are sending their brothers, they are sending their relation to collect. But when they get it, they will put it in their pocket. Not in the. But when we get, we go back to the society and give. And that's why we must continually pray and thank God for the MD of NDDC. I tell you, the MD of NDDC, what he has done in this state, the only man that has done it but did not do it up to what he has done is Timi Alaibe. Timi Alaibe, yes, he tried. He did a lot of things. But this MD NDDC, I can tell you, even in the State House of Assembly, from number 1 to out of 24 members, I can tell you that those that have not benefited from NDDC are minimal. commissioners, serving commissioners, board members, everybody, because NDDC is our own.
I mean, it's in Niger Delta.
It is the Niger Delta. So nobody will now be pretending that they are not getting things. So this Christmas alone, most everybody benefited. Rice everywhere, money everywhere, from NDDC, and the wide. Say nothing there, nothing there. They are not getting anything. No, the governors have no. Don't say some of them say they get pass am, but they will still go. They tell governors say nothing there. They are collecting from governor. They are collecting from NDDC. We only have one channel, and when we get, we bring back to the people. When they get, they hide it in their pocket. They go and start building houses, marrying 2 wives, doing other things in other places, going to sleep hotels and enjoying their life. But we are doing charity, and that is why they should send us to represent the people, because we will do more.
So the reach out you've been doing so far, is that an annual thing?
It is periodical. We did cancer program. We're part of the cancer program. Okay. You understand? And we went to communities.
That happened any part of this month?
Yes, yes. And we also did our foundation. We are going to Ekirimo in a few days' time to do our medical outreach. We are continual. I say, as the thing come, I go do am. No be annual or quarterly. As it come, now let me know when it come. Now let me know when I do am. So it's not an annual ritual. It is periodical. And in the next couple of days, you will see more program. We will be going to community by community now. We will be telling the people what we have done. We will be thanking them what we have done. Telling them that thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because they supported Tinubu because of us.
Now, for the benefit of people that are viewers, you've been saying, you've been doing. It would be nice for you to highlight some of the things that your foundation has actually done over this period.
Now, we have renovated secondary school in Amatolo. That is in Southern Niger. Some people go say they do for only Sagbama and Ekirimo. Go to Southern Amatolo. We renovated their school. The pictures are on social media. You can see it for yourself. We in Yenegua alone, we have influenced over 8-kilometer road. Bozi Water. Those that know Bozi Water, I influenced the job in Bozi Water. Go today and see those that are living in Bozi Water, and they will be grateful to God. If you go to Opolo, where you have the police clinic, that concrete road, I was the first person who brought the concrete road in Bayelsa State. That was in 2018, 2019. People were castigating, why are you doing concrete road? Go and see that road. The road is about 800-meter road in old, by the police clinic, old commissioner quarters area. Go and check where you have the area command. Adjacent to the area command, about 2 kilometers where the former governor house, behind the former governor's residence, you will see I influenced that road there, over 2-kilometer road. Asphalt. It is there. Go to Bayelsa Palm. The estate that Isena is staying, and the estate that some persons are staying. Sorry, I'm mentioning their name. I'm mentioning it so that people will know that there are big men that are living in that area. Because of what we did, the owner of the estate now said, oh boy, you have done well. You have brought road and light for us. He named one of the streets after me. Wow. So these are few things we have done in Yenegua. Go to Sagbama main town. There's where they call in Sagbama, is it Black what? Black Street. Today they have changed the name to Light Street. In Sagbama. Light everywhere, light. Everywhere, light in Sagbama. Not only in Sagbama, I say it here under the television. 38 communities in Sagbama I have influenced projects. 38. In each of the 38 communities. I have influenced at least some. Like my community has over 10 projects. I have influenced. So in my community, it was when I started doing road, bringing light. Some of them I say, this boy don't they take over everywhere. They go meet governor. They say, Your Excellency, this guy don't take over everywhere. If you no give us some things, this guy go sweep everything. No, no go fit do anything. No, governor give them. Even as governor give them, I had over 35%. I have over 35% vote in my community in 2023. Over 35%. Not to talk of the creek. Akede, Isoni, Osiama, Ebopulama. All these are communities that have not seen government present. Oh. These are communities in the past 16 years that the government present have not been felt to. I took light to all this community, and all of them came out. Olomu, any matter that concerns Olomu is our matter. Oh. One commissioner was telling me that when they were paying during the election, the old women say, we will not collect anything. No. If you people want to kill us, kill us. It is Olomu who vote. Oh. Wow. Anything that is not Olomu, forget it. Oh. Wow. You understand? So they went and told in their meeting, say, see, oh, Olomu is a revolution. Oh. So people that will undermine us is at their own peril. But I'm telling them, the people believe in us because of our sincerity. The people believe in us because of our doggedness. The people believe in us because of our selflessness. Do you know what it takes to influence a project to minimum 38 communities? And people will say, they make money from government. I can as well keep those money and pretend like the way they are. Nothing will happen.
I mean, you're not holding
I'm not holding any political position, so nothing will happen. Now, you talked about your second question.
Yeah, I was asking.
About defecting.
Yes.
And if the APC, our APC.
Because a lot of persons ignore other parties.
Yes.
All they want is PDP or APC.
Now, if you look at when we left the PDP, we left the PDP because we believed in the federal system of government. I believe that, yes, everybody cannot be on the same boat. We have the contact. Yeah. We have what it takes to attract projects to the state. So if the state say this is what they want, no problem. But we believe in the federal system of government where we can go to the center, we can go to the negotiating table and negotiate. I can speak Hausa, I can speak Yoruba, I can speak Igbo. And majority of those persons in the National Assembly, these are the languages they understand. So if we are to debate on something, by the time I'm able to convince you, it is not about age. The problem we have, most of these are our old people. They think and say, when you go National Assembly, you go just sit down, relax. That's why somebody will say he has not accessed fund for 2025. Some of the time now, governor will tell you that we go and lobby to make sure things come to Bayelsa. We need people that have the lobbying spirit. We need people that have the reach. We need people that have the contact. We need people that have what it takes to attract projects. Not somebody that will feel because I'm close to governor, this is my retirement benefit. I don't be this, I don't be that for the state. So if I go Abuja, I go just stay there, retire. I go say if they don't give me budget, nothing concern me. Look at what Ofoji is doing now. Look at what Sonny Goli did. Look at what Oseke did. Anything in his time. They brought solar light in his time as a senator. They did. Even what they did, that's why the Bible said, you see, the children will surpass their parents. So those are our parents. Whether you like it, they are older than us. So their time is to go to Senate. We go take the green chamber. And I will tell you that I am the man that qualifies most to go to that position. And you will see that it will be seamless if I have the ticket. And as I know that I will have the ticket, it will be seamless because everybody knows me.
That you have capacity.
They know I have capacity. I have done it before. Some of them, you have to start convincing them. And now that Sagbama, the battle in Sagbama is going to be fierce. It's going to be fierce because you will not undermine those that are in PDP. I am a prophet. In no distance time, most of them will go to another party because there is no hope for PDP anymore. Most of them might go to ADC and another party. And when they go there, and these are the people that gave us tough time last time. Oh, now they did not come to us. Oh, and they are still there. And that time I defeated them, all of them. I defeated them, all of them. So I will be in this APC. Oh, we are watching with keen interest. Emilio Con, and now my turn. They all know. They all of them. They know. Eh? Yes, they know. They know.
Start, having with others, maybe even though you said you don't have a godfather, some other high, because INEC has actually released timetable and general elections will be coming up. I mean, people have said that they're already building up. Is that my relation? This conversation you start having maybe with the governor as well. I'm looking at the fact that
the governor knows.
Who are actually close to the governor.
Now let me tell you now. Nah, the governor knows me. The governor knows my pedigree. The governor knows my capability. The governor knows what Olomu can do. The governor knows what is the father of the state. Oh, I hope you know. The governor is the father of the state. He has all the security briefing. All the local government brief him. The elders brief him. The gods, the spiritual realm, they brief the governor. Physically, they brief him. In his dream, he's seeing Olomu. He knows it's Olomu. He knows. In his dream, he knows that Olomu is good. In his dream, he knows that Olomu will do well. But he knows some elements of pocket, according to Dixon, our former, some elements, some pocket of individual that thinks that within the corridor of power, and they feel they can talk anyhow, according to our former governor. He said they feel they can talk anyhow. They say, when we started this thing, they were not there. But when we started this APC, most of them say we are Yoruba party. They called us Hausa party. As a matter of fact, some of them say I am not from Bayelsa because my mother is an Igbo woman. My father is from Ebedebri.
Oh, yeah, Bayelsa.
I am a Bayelsa.
Bayelsa West, if you take a look at it, Bayelsa West, I mean, when it comes to politics, most times you hear drama of rotational principles and all of those things. If you think that is something that at the end of the day, that can be even resolved before...
It has been resolved. That's it. Let me tell you. The only way that can be put to rest is when you give Michael Olomu the House of Rep ticket for Sagbama. Look at look at what happened. Let me take your memory back. Look at the 2023 election. All of them, they were in PDP. And they gave Ekeremo reps. They gave me, APC gave me the ticket in Sagbama. Senator Dixon is from Sagbama. You saw the vote. You saw the massive campaign. We went to everywhere. Agbedi was telling somebody that he went to one community in Sagbama, that they chased them out. That if it's not Olomu, that you have been in reps for over 12 years, you have not come to this community. That the last election you did not come, but because Olomu is coming, now you are coming to campaign. That was when I said I gave them money to clear a road. They also, when they rejected their money, they chased them out of that community. Because of who? It has never happened in the history of Bayelsa State.
Well, the Keremo this time around is fighting for Senate. If you hear...
That's what I'm telling you. That I am telling you. If you don't do it well, if you don't give Olomu the reps from Sagbama, there will be a problem.
Okay, so will vote buying be a challenge for you in this election?
See, make I speak broken. Anyhow, than one time, Michael Olomu is capable. We in APC don't believe in vote buying. APC candidate 2023, House of Rep.
We are not campaigning.
Yes, no, we are not. We are not. What I'm saying is, we don't buy vote. What we are doing now, we are impacting on generational. We are doing generational impact. The old women, we are giving out 1,000 jam form. Has anybody done it from 1999?
1,000 jam forms?
Yes.
In
those that are interested, one, you must have the qualification.
Every Bayelsan or
Sagbama Ikeremo,
just Sagbama Ikeremo?
1,000 jam form, monies released.
People will argue that now who don't chop and go
They no go school. No go school. School is not for everybody, Abi.
True.
So for those that want to be educated, last year I gave over 25 scholarship. The year before, the same 25 scholarship, private university, I facilitated federal government. They are in private university. They are in private university. How many of them has done that thing? So you know what it takes to send a child to study medicine in a private university. There was a child we gave medicine in Gregory, and the parents said they know the place too far to do medicine. No, Abia State. They said the place too far. Say the child no go. Say they don't even get transport. Medicine that is a very odd cake. That you know in 6 years you have a medical doctor. Some of them say they don't have transport to go. And if they had come to meet us, probably we would have provided. And most of them, some lost that scholarship offer. Foreign scholarship, we have been doing it. So if I go there, as I go there, I will do more. And I'm determined to do more. I am young. If I can do it with my money, why can't I influence it within the process?
So you're not worried that those in power might...
Now with the power, now the governor is with us now. APC is in power at top, bottom, and the middle now.
Okay, so now we're coming to the end of this conversation. But then this is a final question, and it should be a very straightforward answer. Do you have integrity?
101%.
Why?
I've given you, I told you I'm a teacher. I taught in 1998, 1999, 2000. That was when I was teaching. I've explained to you that if I don't have integrity, when I had opportunity of sentencing or giving a statement that a man would have gone to jail, I said, no, I'd rather lose my job than that is integrity.
So,
so
Michael Bless Olomu has integrity?
Yes, 101%.
Okay. Well, that's basically how far we can go this beautiful afternoon here on Chat with Naija Live TV. It's been a privilege to have Honorable Michael Bless Olomu, a philanthropist.
Calling him honorable ahead
of
they've been calling me honorable since 2009.
I mean, maybe as a teacher also, I think teachers should be called honorable.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And he's not just a politician, he's a philanthropist. Keep watching Naija Live TV. You'll see some of his philanthropic activities so far. Don't forget to like our post, share, leave a comment, and tag your friends also to be a part of it. I'm Victor Eulogy.
All right, gracious friend. I'll be having Chief TK Ogariba tomorrow to discuss some INC-related matters. Please stay tuned while we bring you some more
TK.
programs. Good afternoon.
When is the INC elections?
It's very close. I think a month or
Foundation. Remember.